Now let us see few software engineering questions, objective type questions and answers that may be asked in exams. So the most important feature of spiral model is you have options as requirement analysis, risk management, quality management and configuration management. So the answer is risk management. Then comes the worst type of coupling is what? Data coupling, control, stamp coupling and content. So the answer is content coupling. IEEE 830-1993 is IEEE recommended standard for. This is software requirement specification, software design testing and both A and B. The answer is it is SRS. So IEEE 830 is specifically for our SRS. Now, one of the fault-based techniques, testing techniques is unit testing, beta testing, stress testing and mutation testing. The answer is mutation testing. This is one of the fault-based testing techniques. Now, changes made to an information system to add desired but not necessarily the required features is called, because we are making changes and we are trying to add the desired, not necessary. So this is preventive, adaptive or corrective or perfective. So you may choose between B and D. So the answer is perfective. Okay. Now sixth is all the modules of the system are integrated and tested as complete system. In the case of, there are certain options. So all the cases, modules of the system are integrated and tested as complete system. In which test? Can you guess? It is actually Big Bang testing. So all the modules. And now we have question, if every requirement stated in the SRS has only one interpretation, SRS said to be what? Can you guess which one is the correct answer? If every requirement stated in software requirement specification has only one interpretation, the answer is unambiguous. Okay. If the requirements are having different interpretation, then we say that it is inconsistent or incorrect. Now the fault simulation testing technique is which testing? Fault simulation. So it is mutation testing. We have already seen a question like this. Module X and Y operate on the same input and output data. Then the cohesion is what? Sequential, communicational or procedural or logical. So the answer is B. This is communication because they operate on the same data, same input and output data. That is why the cohesion is communication. Now if the object focus on the problem domain, then we are concerned with what? Object-oriented analysis, object-oriented design, object-oriented analysis and design and none of the above. So if the object focus on the problem domain, then we are concerned with object-oriented analysis. Now SRS is also known as specification of white box, integrated, stress or black box, which you are going to choose. It is actually black box testing because black box testing is done in accordance to or against SRS, while white box testing and other testing, they are done against the design and structure of the program or the software. Now the other question comes as the model in which the requirements are implemented by categories: evolutionary development model, waterfall model, prototyping model and iterative enhancement model. So the model in which the requirements are implemented by category, this is our evolutionary development model. The SRD stands for software requirement definition, software requirements definition, structured requirement definition and software requirements diagram, structured requirements diagram. So it is structured requirement definition. Okay, SRD is structured requirements definition. A COCOMO model is common cost estimation model, constructive cost estimation model, complete cost estimation model, comprehensive cost model. So the answer is B, constructive cost estimation model. Which of the following statements are true? there are 4 options, and you have to say that which is correct. Abstract data types are the same as classes. Abstract data types do not allow inheritance. Abstract classes cannot inherit it from the same base class. An object have state and behavior. So the answer is B, because abstract data type does not allow inheritance. It cannot be inherited. Now the desired level of coupling is how much coupling you want, and because coupling is a very important aspect. No coupling, common coupling, control coupling, and data coupling. So what coupling is desired? Because we don't want coupling at all. So which coupling is desired? We need some data coupling. Now in the spiral model, risk analysis is performed where? In the first loop, in the first and second loop, in every loop before using spiral model. So the answer is C, in every loop. Actually spiral model is a combination of waterfall and iterative model. So again and again you iterate and do the waterfall again and again. So for a well understood data processing application, it is best to use what? Waterfall model, prototyping model, evolutionary model, and spiral model, because if it is saying that for well understood data processing application, for that we have this waterfall model. If data processing application is understood. Now coupling and cohesion can be represented using what? Cause effect graph, dependence matrix, structured chart, and SRS. The answer is dependence matrix. Okay, you can make a dependence matrix, and by dependence matrix you can show how much coupling and cohesion is there. This symbol represents what? Mandatory 1 cardinality, mandatory many cardinality. We see you have 1 and 3 pointed here. Optional 0 or 1 cardinality, optional 0 or many cardinality. So the answer is D, optional 0 to many cardinalities. 0 to many. Now each time a defect gets detected and fixed, the reliability of software product, what happens to it? Each time a defect gets detected and fixed, does it increase or decrease or remains constant, or cannot say anything? Of course it increases. If you are fixing the bugs, the reliability is increasing. Output comparators are used in static testing of a single module, dynamic testing of a single module, static testing of single and multiple module, dynamic testing of single and multiple modules. So output comparators are used in dynamic testing of single and multiple module. Now the feature of the object-oriented paradigm, which helps code reuse. So code reusing means object, class, or inheritance aggregation. So it will be C, inheritance. The level at which the software uses scarce resources is which one of this? The answer is B, efficiency. How efficient? Because if you have scarcity and if still you are using it, then that means you are doing an efficient work. If every requirement can be checked by a cost-effective process, then the SRS is verifiable, traceable, modifiable, or complete. The answer is A, it is verifiable. Modifying the software to match changes in the ever-changing environment is called as modifying the software in changing environment. What is this? Is it adaptive maintenance, corrective, perfective, or preventive maintenance? It is adaptive maintenance, because corrective maintenance is when the fault is there and you correct. Perfective is making it go with the present technology and making it suitable for the present scenario. And preventive means trying to prepare your software or system so that the error does not occur. So it is adaptive maintenance. All activities lying on critical path have slack time equal to 0. Okay, it is 0. Slack time is 0. Alpha and beta testing are forms of which testing? Which testing is there? It is acceptance testing, because in both the cases the user is involved. One at your side, one at his side. An object encapsulates what? Data, state, behavior, both data and behavior, So it is D, both data and behavior, means data variables and functions. Now in function point analysis, FPA, number of general system characteristics used to rate the system are 10, 20, 14 and 12. It is 40. Aggregate represents is a relationship, part of relationship, composed of relationship, none of the above. Aggregate is a composed of relationship. Okay. Now if P is the risk probability, L is the loss, then risk exposure RE is computed as what? How can you compute? Because you have the risk probability, you have loss, then you have to find the risk exposure. Risk exposure is computed by RE is equal to P into L, probability of risk probability, and L is the loss. Number of clauses used in ISO 9001 to specify quality system requirements are 15, 20, 25, 28. There are only 20 clauses. ER model shows these clauses have sub clauses also. So ER model shows the static view, dynamic view, functional, all of the above. It shows the static view. Because in ER diagram you show entity and relationship. So various entities and the relationship between them is actually the ER model. The tools that supports different stages of software development life cycle are called CASE, CAME, CA, QE and KA tools. This is answer A, computer aided software engineering. Now changes made to the system to reduce the future system failure chances is called what? As I earlier suggested, it will be preventive maintenance, A. Now requirements can be refined where you have different models, waterfall model, prototyping, evolutionary and the spiral. The answer is B, because once you give the prototype, the user may come up with some or change in the requirement, then you can refine it. The model that assumes that effort and development time are function of product size alone is, which is this model? Basic COCO model, intermediate COCO model, detailed COCO model, and all the three COCO models. So the model is assuming only effort and development time are functions of product size. This is actually our basic COCO model. Then intermediate, detail, and all has come. So structure charts are the requirements designed, requirements coding. So the answer is design. The structure chart are a design. The problem that threatens the success of a project, but which has not yet happened, is what? Is it a bug, error, risk of failure? It is actually the risk, because it has not happened, but you know that it may happen, or it may not happen at all. The main purpose of integration testing is to find what? Design errors, analysis errors, procedure errors, and interface error. It is actually interface errors. Pseudocode can replace flowchart, decision table, structure charts, and cause effect. So it will be flowcharts. If a program in its functioning has not met user requirement in some way, then what it is? Is it an error, failure, or fault, or a defect? So it is actually defect. Variance from the software requirement specification is considered as a defect. Whether you add something which is not required by user, and even by you say, okay, this is from my side, then also it is a defect. Now the testing that focuses on the variables is called which one? Of course, black box testing. CASE tool is computer aided software engineering. Okay, others are not true. Computer aided software. This one, sorry. And software consists of what? Because software does not mean only coding and all. It is a package. So it is a package of program, documentation, and operating procedures. So which is the most important feature of spiral model? This already we have seen. This is a risk management. So the phase is not available in the software life cycle is coding, testing, maintenance, abstraction. Have you heard about it? No, we have not heard it. Then the answer is abstraction. Which is not a step of requirement engineering, requirement elicitation, requirement analysis, requirement design, and requirement documentation. The answer is requirements design, because elicitation, analysis, and documentation are there. FAST stands for, these are different options: functional applications, specification, technique, and others. So the answer is actually facilitated application specification technique. FAST stands for facilitated application specific technique. For a function of two variables, boundary value analysis, what it is going to yield? Two variables. It will be 4n plus 1. Okay, 4n plus 1 because two variables, 2. So 2 into 2 plus n plus 1, the center one. So site of alpha testing is, which is the site of alpha testing? Of course, it is the software company itself, because beta testing takes place at the developer side, means the user side or customer side. So what is not a size matrix? Line of code, function point, program length, encyclopedic complexity. Answer is D. Program length, function point, LOC, all are the size matrix. Encyclopedic complexity, it's a metric for computing the number of test cases and the complexity of the program. So as the reliability increases, the failure intensity, what happens to failure intensity? The answer is it is decreasing. Okay. Then software deteriorates rather than wears out, because what happens? These are the options. Software suffers from exposure to a hostile environment. Defects are more likely to arise after software has been used often. Multiple changes requests introduce error in component instructions, and software spare parts become harder to order. The answer is this B. Defects are more likely to occur as the arise after software has been used often, because I think the answer is not B, it is C. It is C actually. Multiple changes requests introduce errors in component interaction. So what are the three generic phases of software engineering? Can you guess? It is definition and development and support. DDS you can say. The spiral model of the software development, what it does? Includes project risk evaluation during each iteration. So, spiral model is all about risk management. So, which of these levels is a level name in capability maturity model? Which one is this? Ad hoc, repeatable, reusable, organized. It is actually reusable. Then which of the items listed below is not one of the software engineering layers? Which of the items listed below is not one of the software engineering layers? Which one of these are not? It is actually manufacturing, because process, methods and tools are there. Manufacturing is not there. Now, which of the following are advantages of using LOC, line of code, as a size matrix? LOC is easily computed, is a language dependent measure, is a language independent measure, and LOC can be computed before a design is completed. The answer is A, because it is very easy to find. You just your IDE have support for this. You just click a button, you will get a LOC. Top-down approach is used for which one? This is for development actually. So which of the following is not an attribute of software engineering? Efficiency, scalability, dependability, usability. The answer is scalability. Dependability. Efficiency, software has to be efficient. It has to be scalable, means you can increase and decrease it. And the usability, it has to be very good for use. The key concept of quality control is that all work products, what is this? This is have measurable specification for process outputs. This is key quality control, because you need to measure on accordance to the, or as indicated by the measurement, you can take certain quality control actions. The ISO quality assurance standard that applies for software engineering is which one? It is ISO 9001. And the specific software development and maintenance, it is ISO 9003. Means ISO 9003. So which type of models are created during software requirement analysis? Which is this? The function and behavior. These models are created using a software requirement analysis. Now, what is the normal order of activities in which software engineering or software testing is organized? Which one of this? First is unit. Then you have integration system validation like this. So it is first one. The software feasibility is based on which of the following? Feasibility. It is based on technology, finance, time and resources. The FP-based estimation technique requires problem decomposition, which is based on what? Information domain values, project schedule, software functions and process activities. It is software functions, what it does. So there are 14 GSCs also, general characteristics. So the software matrix chosen by organization are driven by the business or technical goals as organization wishes to accomplish. Is this true or false? So the software metrics chosen by organization are driven by business and technical goals an organization wishes to accomplish. So this is always true. The goal of quality assurance is to provide management with the data needed to determine which software engineers are producing the most defects. Which one is this? This is false, because the goal of quality assurance is not this which has been mentioned. In the context of requirement analysis, partitioning results in the elaboration of data, function or behavior. Which one is this? Partitioning. It is true, because that is why partitioning is done. Units and stubs are not needed for unit testing because the modules are tested independently of each other. Is that true? Yes, it is true. Unit and stubs are not needed for unit testing because the modules are independent. They are tested independently. So these were a few objective type questions for software engineering. Hope you liked it. So take care. Thank you.